Hey guys, this is going to be a different kind of video, if I can even end up putting it together. So, I am on the way back to Tennessee after my best friend's funeral. Paul Chapin was my best friend all through high school. He's actually my longest friend, the person I've really stayed in contact with and been friends with most of my life. He died in an accident, drowning of all things. We used to do stupid things all the time. Street racing, drag racing, paintball, shooting guns, lots of dumb stuff, and he died from drowning. So, really sucks. It's really not been a fun week, and I told myself and I told my wife and all my friends that I was never going back to New York, and we love Tennessee, but obviously I couldn't miss this, so I am on my way back. I just went up there for the weekend, and this weather is gloomy, just like my mood. But anyways, the reason I'm even considering making this is because I'm going to try to buy his old car. Back when we were in high school, he had a 65 Mustang Fastback, all original. I have loved that car my entire life. I don't know who owns it right now. I have started tracking it down on this trip. The person who I and the rest of the family thought had it, had sold it. So I need to try to track down that person, see if they have it, and if they don't have it, I'm going to have to go down the line. I don't have the VIN number, so I can't look it up. I've always loved the car. I've always loved my buddy Paul. And it would be nice to have that piece of him in our history. So, again, I don't know if this will come together, but I'm going to try to find my buddy's Mustang, and I'm going to try to buy it. I'm selling some land, so I'm going to have just a little bit of cash, and I'm going to hope I can make it happen. So if I can, there'll be the rest of this video. If not, this video probably won't go anywhere, so stay tuned. Still driving, so as I drive south back home, I was trying to do some research as much as I can do here in the car driving. But it was always common knowledge way back in the day that Paul sold the car to one of his buddies back in Rochester, New York. So I looked him up, found him on Facebook, and unfortunately he doesn't have the car anymore. I was really hoping he did. He gave me a couple names, so now I got to try to track down those people. I think they are other people in the Rochester, New York area. I can also call two of my friends. One is Paul's brother, Pete, and another one is Timmy. We called him Fat Bastard because back in the day when Austin Powers, that movie, came out, we called him Fat Bastard. Yeah, we all kind of had nicknames and stuff. You know how that goes. But yeah, so they're both very much in touch with a lot of the car scene still up in Rochester, so I'll contact them and see if they can maybe help me out, try to track this thing down, because obviously I'm a few states away. So, didn't find it yet, but I'll keep working on it. Hello. Hey, what's going on? You keeping it together? Let me put you on. Yeah.
Am I keeping it together? Just really trying not to deal with it. Eventually it'll hit, you know?
Oh, I know. Believe me. Well, I guess on a related note, I just wanted to see if you had a chance to do any tracking down of Paul's car.
I haven't been to the track yet. We were supposed to go last weekend, but obviously that didn't happen. You're looking for the 65, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah. I want that car. I gotta find it.
Yeah.
So I talked to Roger, and he just said that it was sold, I guess, years ago. He gave me a couple names that I gotta try to track down. Pete thought he might know somebody So I got to call Pete next. But yeah, I mean,
didn't the car go to Roger's son?
well, Roger, I thought he said in the text, I'd have to read it again, but I thought he said his brother is the one that bought it.
Oh, so you talked to the kids. I was talking about the old man.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know them. I've only met them like twice maybe. And yeah, I just found him on Facebook.
The 55. He's always at the track. That's the father.
Okay. So the kids are the ones that bought it though, right?
Yeah, the son.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna do what I can to try to track this thing down. I want to try to make a YouTube video about it and just tracking down Paul's car and really want to be driving it someday. It would mean a lot to me.
How come you want it?
I've always loved that car and it was Paul's. Yeah. So I feel like this is good timing to try to get it, and it would never leave my possession unless you or Pete wanted it. And him and I spent so much time in that.
Cars too.
What's that?
It was one of my mom's favorite cars too.
Yeah, I know. She was mad at him when he sold it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, because of Paul, basically, it's probably because of Paul. It's always been one of my favorite vehicles. But him and I spent so much time in that car that it all just kind of hit me at the funeral, and I'm like, I gotta find that car and I gotta take care of it.
Do you remember when he put concrete in the bottom of it, or in the back of it?
No.
Concrete for he said he was gonna put concrete in it for sound deadener. I'm like, dude, don't. You're gonna destroy the thing.
I vaguely remember that, but he didn't do it though, did he?
He didn't do it though. I don't think he did.
He was
had dynamite and all that kind of shit in it.
I kind of feel like he was joking. Like,
I hope so. I really hope so.
Well, if I could find it, I'll find out if there's concrete at the bottom. Like, I have no idea what the condition is. Pete told me that the cows restored it, but that's all I've heard. All right, well, I guess just keep your eyes and ears open, and if I can find it, and if I have the money, I hope I can buy it. We'll see.
Yeah, like I said, we probably won't be getting to the track till about the end of June, beginning of July. They're having a big pro mod race down there, so.
Okay. And the people you think might know about it or would be at the drag strip?
Oh, I know the old man will be down there. He's down there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, I'll give PD a call and see if he found anything out. I think he said he was going to try on Monday. I'll try Tim, too, because I think Tim was going to try to look around for it, too.
All right, John. Well, I'll keep my ears open.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
If I can find anything.
All right, cool. Sounds great. I'm going to give PD a call and then Fat Bastard.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 5855 is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, what's up, PD? It's Jim. Just thought I'd touch base and see if you found anything out about Paul's old 65 Mustang. Really crossing my fingers that we can hopefully track it down, and once we find it, hopefully I can buy it. But yeah, that car always was a favorite of mine, and it just kind of hit me at the funeral, and thinking I'd like to own it just because Paul and I spent so much time in it and racing, and yeah. But I hope you guys are doing well, and please keep me in mind, and if you can help me out and track it down, that would be awesome. Thanks a lot, dude. See ya.
The Google Fi Wireless subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, what's up, Timmy? It's Jim. Just thought I'd touch bases and see if you were able to track down any info on Paul's 65. I would love to own it, so hopefully we can find it, and hopefully once we find it, I could buy it. But yeah, keep asking around for me, and feel free to give me a call or text anytime, and hopefully you can get some info. But I really appreciate it, man, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. So, no news today, but we'll keep at it. Fingers crossed. So I was able to track down 2 names of people who might have this 65 Mustang. I'm going to call them now and see if they happen to have it, or if not, where it might be. So I'm going to call the first guy now. His name is Rob. Not looking good. I've tried to call him actually a couple times.
I'll try calling him.
Oh, hi, is Rob there?
He is not going to message for him.
Well, my name's Jim. This is kind of random, but I am told he used to own a 60, or maybe owns a 65 Mustang Fastback, and
Okay.
I'm trying to track it down to see if I can buy it. Do you know if Rob still owns it?
I'll give you his cell number if you want. You
Cool.
can give him a call.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'll give him a ring.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, there's something. Don't know what it is yet, but it's something. Let's give this other number a call.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 585 is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Hi, my name is Jim. I am looking for Rob. I was told this is his phone number. I know this is kind of random, but I'm wondering if you still own that 65 Mustang Fastback. I was told that you either owned it or still own it. I'm not sure which, but if you still have it, I'm hoping I could buy it. It belonged to my best friend growing up, like 20 years ago, and him and I spent a ton of time in the car. We used to drive it all over the place, and we're always working on it, and he unfortunately has passed this past Memorial Day. So I was hoping to find his car and at least own his old car. I think that'd be cool. If you have it, please let me know, or if you maybe know where it went, that would be very helpful. My phone number is 607. Thanks a lot. All right, so that didn't pan out immediately. Let's call the other guy. His name is Mark, and we'll see if he knows anything about it.
You've reached on the road. Please do.
I already left him a voicemail over the weekend, a couple days ago, so I don't want to leave another message right now, but bummer. Not found as of yet. We'll cross our fingers and see how it goes. Hey guys, so at work yesterday, I had a huge breakthrough. After a couple weeks trying to track down Paul's old car, I think I found it. I received a phone call from a guy named Mark who had been trying to get a hold of, and he filled in a lot of gaps for me. He knew the history of the car. Well, he didn't know about Paul. He didn't know that far back, but he knew quite a few years of it because he owned it. I forget how many exactly. I think he owned it something like 5 or 6 years in total. So he sold it to his friend Rob, who had been bugging him to buy it. I guess Rob really liked the car as well. So Mark sold it to Rob. Rob, after I think he said 3 years, decided that he didn't want it anymore for whatever reason and sold it back to Mark. So then Mark owned it again, and Mark told me who he sold it to. He said he hated to see it go, but I think he was spending money on something, and this one guy, his name is Dan, just kept asking him to buy it, just wanted the car, and finally the timing was right, and Mark said yes. So a guy named Dan now owns the vehicle, and I have his phone number. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna give Dan a call. It sounds like I won't be able to buy it though. Both Mark and Dan put tens of thousands of dollars into this car. It's absolutely perfect. It's beautiful. So I'll try, but I doubt I will be able to afford this car, unfortunately. Mark told me that Dan recently put another 50 grand into the car. Everything has been gone through. I guess it is like it's brand new. So that's more than I have to spend. I was actually hoping it was in worse condition so that Caleb and I could rebuild it together. That was kind of my hope. I wasn't really looking for a car that has already been fully restored. So it's a bummer that I probably won't be able to get it, but honestly, it makes me feel really good and so much better that people have loved it and people have taken care of it. That really means a lot to me, and even though the car will probably never be mine, it's really great to know that it was well cared for by Dan, Mark, and Rob. So with that said, I'm gonna give Dan a call right now and see if I can get a hold of him. All right, here we go.
Hello, this is Dan from. Please leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey Dan, this is going to be kind of random, but I've been trying to track down you and the 65 Mustang for a few weeks now. I've heard that you own the 65 Mustang Fastback. Long story short, a long time ago, about 20 years ago, it belonged to my best friend, and him and I spent a ton of time in the car. We were always racing around, goofing around with it. That was way back in about high school, a little bit after high school, and he unfortunately, tragically just passed. And I decided that I wanted to get his old car, and I just spoke with Mark, and I guess both of you have put a ton of work into it. Mark sent me some photos and it looks beautiful. So unfortunately, it's probably out of my price range, even if you did want to sell it. But I just thought I'd touch bases with you and see how the car was, see how things were going, see if you would consider selling it. But yeah, I guess let me know. My phone number is 6. Thanks. All right, so we'll see what happens there. Like I just said in the voicemail, I'm not holding my breath. But another really funny thing is that this car, this 65 Fastback, has actually never left about a 15-mile radius around from where Paul lived. It's funny, it's never been out of upstate New York. It's been in Hilton, New York, Greece, New York, Hamlin, New York, that whole area. That's where all of the owners have been. And obviously, if I could get it, I'd be bringing it down to Tennessee. But that would be the first time this car had ever been out of New York State and ever been away from that home area. Which also kind of makes me think that maybe it should stay there. That's its whole life. That's all it's known. If a car can know anything. But that's it for now. I have to go into work, but I'll update you guys whenever I get more info. Hey guys, well, it's been about a week, unfortunately, and I haven't heard from Dan. So as I suspect, it probably is not possible to buy the vehicle, but I'll give him one last call and see if there's anything that can be worked out.
Hello, this is Dan.
Hey Dan, my name is Jim. I called you last week about your 65 Fastback.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, sorry to bug you, but I just thought I'd touch bases because it took a little time to track you down. How is it? How do you like it?
It's great.
Yeah.
A lot of money, a lot of time into it.
Yeah. I was hoping you say you didn't like it anymore and you wanted to sell it to me.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I figured. I don't know if you heard my voicemail, but a long time ago it belonged to my best friend Paul in Hamlin. And him and I in high school were always cruising around in it. We had a ton of fun. And since then, it's always been my favorite car. And yeah, he passed just on Memorial Day, unfortunately. So I thought I'd track down his car and see if I could buy it. Looks like I did half of that.
Who's Paul? What was his last name?
Paul Chapin.
Oh, okay.
So he sold it to Roger.
Right.
Then he sold it to a guy named Mark. And then Mark sold it to Rob. And then Rob sold it back to Mark. And I guess Mark sold it to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what have you done to it, if you don't mind me wasting a couple minutes of your time.
It's got power steering. It had a 302 in it. That 302 is now it's still the same 302. It just happens to put out 550 horsepower.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's nice.
Did you stroke it out?
It's been bored and stroked, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because I think that motor was still... Actually, I don't remember if that motor was the original one for that VIN. I can't recall.
What about a 289?
Yeah, cool. All right, well, I'm really glad you love it. I'm sure you'll never sell it, but I'm sure you won't have any problem selling it either, but can I put my hat in the running so that if you ever decide you want to unload it, you can let me know?
And the problem is you would have to fight off Mark for the car.
Oh, he wants it back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
If you ever sell this thing, I want it back.
Yeah, he didn't tell me that part.
No matter what, he has the first right of refusal.
Okay, I understood.
I mean, with all the money everybody's got into it anyway, if I decided to unload the thing, it'd be in the 70s.
Yeah, and that's kind of where they're going now, it seems like. I've seen some in the 50s, but that's still more than I have. Honestly, I was telling my wife I was hoping it was in worse condition. I thought maybe it would be a cool project for my son and I have a 5-year-old, and I thought it'd be fun for us to rebuild it together, but you guys have already done all that work.
Hey, there's a bunch of 65s out there. All I got to do is find one.
Yep, yeah, I'm going to look around and I'm going to try to find something. But I really appreciate your time.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm really glad you're enjoying it.
All right.
All right, see you later.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye. As suspected, won't be able to buy it, but I'm really glad that he loves it, and I'm sure Paul would appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm sad, but it's fine. From here, I still really want one, and in memory of Paul, I'm gonna still try to track one down. So stay tuned. There might be a Mustang in my future. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.